Have you ever wondered why eye color is the very first thing we notice when meeting someone? You might think it's just a matter of aesthetics or a simple quirk of genetics. But what if I told you that your eyes hide much deeper secrets? Today, we're going to discover why the amount of melanin in your iris doesn't just define your looks, but gives you biological and social advantages that might seem completely unfair. From your physical pain tolerance to how others subconsciously trust you, get ready to uncover the real why behind the hidden power of your eye color. Power without consequences. Let's start with the basics. Why do we even have different eye colors? It all comes down to a pigment called melanin. It is exactly the same substance that colors your skin and your hair. If you have brown eyes, your iris is packed with melanin. But if you have blue or green eyes, get ready for this. You actually don't have blue pigment. It's an optical illusion. Your eyes simply have less melanin, and they scatter light in the exact same way the atmosphere does. Basically, your eyes are blue, for the same reason the sky is blue. But why did this mutation happen? Thousands of years ago, all of our ancestors had brown eyes. They were nature's perfect sunglasses, protecting them from harsh ultraviolet rays in hot climates. However, as humans migrated north to colder, darker areas, their bodies adapted. Having less melanin meant they could better absorb the scarce sunlight, which was crucial for surviving long winters. And forget the old myth they taught you in school. Your eye color isn't decided by just one gene. It is an incredibly complex biological lottery involving up to 16 different genes working at the exact same time. Now let's talk about the real physical advantages. Did you know that your eye color actually affects your health and performance? And no, this is not a myth. If you have brown eyes, even those so dark they look almost black, you possess built-in biological armor. That extra melanin acts as a natural shield against harsh ultraviolet rays. This drastically lowers your risk of macular degeneration and certain types of eye cancer. But here's the most surprising fact. Studies suggest that people with dark eyes have faster motor reaction times. Their brains process visual stimuli at a slightly higher speed. That greater stability in the presence of light, less glare, less interference, allows the visual signal to reach the brain more cleanly. And when the information arrives more clearly, the response can be faster. In the real world, this can make a difference. In sports, for example, a goalkeeper reacting to a point-blank shot, a boxer dodging a punch at the last second, a driver braking just in time. In all of these scenarios, milliseconds are everything. And that's where this physical advantage comes into play. But what about light eyes? Blue and green eyes have their own hidden superpower, a higher pain tolerance. A fascinating study from the University of Pittsburgh revealed that people with light eyes handled severe physical pain much better and experienced less anxiety under stress. Also, because their eyes let in more light, they might be less prone to seasonal affective disorder, or the winter blues. That extra light literally helps keep their mood afloat during gray days. In conditions like dawn, dusk, or dimly lit spaces, people with light-colored eyes can perceive details more easily. Where others see shadows, they can distinguish shapes, movement, and subtle nuances. It's a quiet advantage, but a very real one. Historically, this makes sense. In regions with less sunlight, such as Northern Europe, this trait allowed populations to make the most of every available ray of light to survive. In everyday life, this can be noticed in situations like moving around in low-light environments, detecting subtle movements in the dark, adapting more quickly to changes in lighting from bright to dark. It's not an explosive advantage like speed, it's more subtle, more strategic. Light-colored eyes aren't designed to block the world. They're designed to absorb it. And in the dark, that can make all the difference. But biology is only half the story. The biggest unfair advantage happens in the minds of others. Social psychology has shown that we judge people by their eye color in fractions of a second. For example, multiple studies have revealed a fascinating phenomenon. People with dark eyes are automatically perceived as more honest, trustworthy, and dominant. Without saying a single word, brown eyes project immediate confidence. On the other hand, light eyes, especially green ones, which are the rarest in the world, have their own advantage: the allure of the exotic. Our culture often codes them as more mysterious or captivating. Cinema and literature have been using this trick for decades. Innocent characters usually have blue eyes, while warmth and strength are reserved for dark eyes. This creates a silent psychological effect that can influence everything from a job interview to a first date. We have reached the darkest part of this story: the cultural impact. For decades, the beauty industry, magazines, and fashion have sold the idea that certain eye colors are aesthetically superior. Basically, they have created an artificial social advantage. And the ultimate proof of how much we value this supposed advantage is how far people are willing to go to get it. Today, we are not just talking about the use of colored contact lenses. People are undergoing extremely dangerous cosmetic surgeries like laser depigmentation or artificial iris implants. They are risking their own vision and facing possible irreversible blindness. This proves that far beyond genetics or health, society has turned a simple biological mutation into a highly coveted status symbol. At the end of the day, the unfair advantages of your eye color depend on where you look. Biology might give you better sun resistance if you have dark eyes, or an impressive pain tolerance if you have light ones. But it is human society that decides the final impact of your gaze on others. Genetics simply deals the cards, but culture dictates how we play the game. Your eyes don't just see the world, they also shape the way the world sees you. Behind a color, there's history, biology, and thousands of years of evolution working in silence. It's not about which is better. It's about understanding that every gaze has its own advantage, its own power. Now, I want to hear from you. What color are your eyes? Do you think they give you any advantage in your daily life? Or which one do you think has the most benefits? Drop it in the comments because this debate is just getting started.